Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video. Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, if you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments, you get priority reply. Instantly that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace.
What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Most exciting man in boxing. Woo! Exciting man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Woo! Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellas Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Man, here, man, 122 pounds and 10-5, man. Watch the Goodfellas Sports TV, bro.
Shout out to my friends from Goodfellas TV, from Alexis Too Sexy Salazar.
Hey, qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella, de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
All right, man, let's talk about what happened last night. Yes, I did come back and rewatch the fight last night. Watched it this morning. I dropped the rewatch link. If you want to rewatch it, if it's still up, I dropped it in the Discord. Want to join the Discord? Join any 3 tiers of the membership, or cash at me $5 directly. You can join the Discord. Just hit me up on social media. Cash out to 5. I shoot you the exclusive link. Share a lot of good stuff in there, man. So yeah, man, you can find me everywhere by hitting the Linktree link. It's on your screen. It's pinned in the live chat, or it's always in the description of my videos. Anywhere from Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all there. One click, then you everywhere you need to be. But if you want to financially support, don't want to click the link tree, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Shout out to everybody that follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, a whole lot. Well, not at Twitch. So follow me on Twitch, by the way. Says sipping on my Crown and Coke. Look forward to this live. Shout out to Lathers, Andre Jackson, salute. What's going on? Big G, salute. What's going on? So last night live reaction would have been legendary after the fight. That drink in your system after the upset. Yeah, I was already. I kind of contemplated like going back and about to watch it, bro. But next thing I know, I was in the bed, bro. I had a long week, so yeah, I was knocked out, bro. So it didn't even matter. I draw me some margaritas, and then sipping on something at the crib. So happy Mother's Day to all y'all mothers, a lot of mothers watching. Ricky, what's going on, bro? Salute. So I ain't gonna make this long, make it short and sweet. I don't know about short, depending if anybody come on. But so last night, let me see if we get this right. I'll move some stuff around. There we go. So last night, Canelo lost. I know a lot of people didn't know who Dmitry Bivol was. I watched him on HBO. I said he had the talent to win, but we didn't know if they was gonna give him the decision. I watched Paulie talk about it, and Paulie said the only thing he got wrong. We'll get this together. Only thing he got wrong was he didn't trust the judges to give him a decision. And let me see if I get this right. My bad. And the judges, they did get it right, but ultimately they tried to rob Dmitry Bivol. We'll talk about that, but I thought just eyeballing it, I thought he won like 9-3. I could see 8-4, 10-2. I mean, I think they talk about the third round that he lost. I bet most people thought he lost. All judges had Dmitry Bivol losing first 4 rounds, so they just let he was down 4 rounds off the rip. Because even the third round that I think he took off, he still won that. You still could have made a case for him winning that round all day, every day. Could have made a case for him winning that round. He asserted himself at the end of that round. He really, you can make a case he stole that round because Canelo didn't do nothing effective. He just literally took the round off, and then he got busy at the end of the round. And for the most part, that was it. You can make this case that he ripped off the next, 9 rounds. Some people said, well, he took the 9th fall. Even the rounds he took off, when he stepped it up towards, whatever point in the round, mostly the end, he stepped it up. And like I said before, he didn't take the bait. He just kept touching Canelo. He didn't go out there try to hurt Canelo. He didn't go out there trying to get a knockout. He said before the fight that he okay if he get robbed, as long as he know that he won, he was at peace with it, and he fought that way. He took the Mayweather blueprint. He was the only one that was able to emulate it, duplicate it, and increase and build upon that blueprint. And there ain't too many big fellas in boxing that could have did that. Ain't no many people above 154, 54, above 54 that could have did that. And what he did was he followed the game plan of not getting into a firefight. Had he gotten into exchange, they would have gave it to Canelo, even if he didn't hurt him. So he took the play away from Canelo every time he did. He kept perfect distance. He landed the cleaner, effective shots. His hand speed was better. You think about his hand speed was better than the guy that's moving up. That's your advantage. When you move up in weight, your advantage is speed. Canelo don't have foot speed, but he got hand speed. And it looked like he kind of bulked up a little bit too much for this fight. And like I said, Kobe sent me a video of him kind of being bulky a couple weeks before the fight. And I was like, could be something. And then also, if he bulked up too much, coming back down to 168 pounds, his prime could be over with. He literally moved up with all muscle. I don't really remember him moving up versus Kovalev as bulky as he did. But he bulked up too much, and with him bulking up, what really happened was his velocity is his power. So his punches didn't have the speed that they had on him. When the speed was gone, the power was gone. So he couldn't hurt him. What up, Guns and Grzak? Salute. He said 68 need to fight each other now. It don't matter. They're still gonna wait around. He said me and my bro was at Twin Peaks and the Mexicans was shocked. I was shocked at the decision. I wasn't shocked that Dmitry Bivol, put the performance he put on. When you fight Canelo, bringing out the best. J8 salute. It's just like somewhere down the line for a lot of his opponents, there's a disconnect. Some don't completely connect in their head, and they just, find a way to lose. It looks scripted at some time. Do so now. Salute Kobe. What's going on? He said Bivol was focused all night, straight working Canelo. He didn't take the debate. Debate would have been, trying to land something to knock him off. He had a nice pace. He didn't have too much. He didn't fight like he was behind. He didn't fight like he needed a knockout. He fought at a good pace. Canelo couldn't hurt him at all, man. Like I said before, Canelo literally put too much bulk on. You don't really see people bulk up like that when they be vegan. So he must have really been packing the carbs on there. He probably wasn't truly vegan. And he went vegan and he just bulked up too much. That's why you see Floyd, when he's going to the 54 and shit. Floyd came in at 149, 150, maybe 151, because his advantage was his speed. You move to fight bigger dudes, your advantage is your speed. Said Bivol Hennessy was really good. Yup, he used it. He said if it wasn't a size that beat him, it was skill. Yeah, mostly. Yep, I think it was speed and skill. I don't think he really was expecting the speed. When you bulk up, you lose. He bulked up. He lost speed. He lost power. It's nothing that he can do. He didn't have. He did. I heard he did have a rehydration clause on Bivol, but Bivol was somebody that said, "I'll come down to 168 and fight you." So you got a guy that's willing to come down. So you really couldn't drink. That's why I feel that's one of the reasons he never fight Jamal Charlo, because him moving up to 68, he really couldn't drain him. You know what I'm saying? But Jamal Charlo don't have that skill set. Everybody was shocked at the decision. Yeah, I still was shocked that the decision was so egregious, because he literally won at least 8 rounds at the minimum, 10 at the most. He at least won between 8 and 10 rounds. And you just see, people don't believe me when I say you come to Canelo, you down 4 rounds. You literally down 4 rounds. He said that volume a killer for Canelo. Two, that Benavidez would have been. Yeah, Benavidez just had to take his punch, and once Benavidez took his punch, if he could have took his punch, Benavidez would have had him on the ropes all night. Benavidez probably would have got the stoppage. I think Bivol could have got the stoppage too, but I don't think that was part of the game plan. You know, I thought if they would have went to the stoppage, maybe, you know, you would have gave him a play. But Bivol never threw that right hand. He never threw it at full power, nowhere near. He just did what Floyd did. He just touched him. Only thing he was missing last night was an uppercut. But the range he was at, he didn't need to throw an uppercut. Only when he closed in, you know, uppercut would have been nice. Canelo do a couple. That's Canelo real money punch. People talk about the left hook to the head, to the body, the double left hook, or the left to the head or body. That was his money punch. That's his money punch. In the uppercut. And when that uppercut and them left hooks didn't do nothing to Bivol, and Bivol defense was good too. He'd block a lot of that shit. Canelo didn't bother him. You know, like I said, Canelo power didn't bother him because he bulked up too much. His velocity is where he get his power from. When you bulk up, them shots don't come off the same. Yeah, I thought dude looked damn big. I was like, damn, Kobe sent me the video of him training, man. He was big as hell. I don't really read much into it, but I'm like, yeah, he might be a little slow. And most of these guys tell you your biggest advantage moving up is your speed as a smaller guy. Your speed. Bivol never got out of second gear. He did. He never did. When he went to second gear, man, he was percolating. It's time for the percolator. Like I said, the only thing he really was missing was an uppercut when he got in there. And like I said before, he had to, he worked up and down enough. He a problem for anybody. Imagine he would have went in there with better BF, man. Canelo would have got retired. Canelo would have got he should have went after Joe Smith Jr. Canelo would have literally got murked by better BF. That would have been the first pound for pound fighter that I know of that would have got murked in the ring. So yeah, I bought it about 9-3. 9-3. He said in the rematch, Bivol gonna stop Canelo. Could. I mean, he never really threw that right hand with complete conviction, but neither did Mayweather. Even Mayweather, popped his head up on uppercuts. It just was about touching Canelo. One thing about Canelo, you can't let him transfer his weight. When he on defense, you can never let him get planted and center his power and center his balance. Once he get planted and center his balance, he gonna fire off 3 or 4 or 5 good shots. Also, like I said, he put on too much weight. He bulked up too much. And when he bulked up too much, bro, man, that was a wrap. That took away his power. His biggest advantage versus Bivol was speed. That's it. And the judges, when he took away his speed, he handicapped himself, to be honest. And I ain't one to be like capping for Canelo, but you move up, Chris will tell you. When you move up, man, Chris know a lot of boxing. When these smaller guys move up, their biggest advantage is speed. You never want to give up your speed. Unless you naturally big for the weight class. He said all judges gave Canelo. Before I already knew that was some bull jive. That's why I ain't watching, bro. That's why I ain't watching. No way he won the first 4. I mean, some of them first 4 rounds was tight, but I just thought Bivol, pulled at least 3 of them out. The late great trainer and commentator Gil Glancy said a fighter shouldn't come all the fighting weight if you're not accustomed to the weight, but rather come in at your efficient weight. That's what Floyd did at 54. He came in his efficient weight. He fought there once, and he fought a drain and a quick turned around Kovalev. Your speed. He bulked up too much, man. I don't know what he bulked up for. Now, I ain't never really seen Dmitry Bivol hurt. And I you talking about his resume, I didn't see, other than his DAZN fights, I didn't see all his TV fights, bro. I told people would ask me what you think. I said, man, that dude can fight. I remember I said he strike like a ninja. I was huge on Dmitry Bivol. He just, he stopped at ESPN for a second, then went to Eddie Hearn, and I was like, man, he just fighting a whole bunch of trash. I remember that Sullivan. I remember that Sullivan Barrera fight. I think Trenton Brohurst. I'm not sure if it's seen. I remember that Cedric Agnew fight. That's pretty much where I remember him. I think that Felix Valera fight too. I think I might remember him from that Valera fight. Valera was a hot shot prospect. That was in Russia, but I kind of remember that. Umar Salamov was on there. I mean, Cedric Agnew. I don't want to talk about this story. I'll leave that alone because I'll get banned. I think that's him from Philly. I'm gonna be quiet. Southern Marrera, I remember that. Isaac Chilamba. Chilamba will, Chilimba, whatever. Awkward fighter, Erky Jerky fighter. Blank Camera, he fought Blake Capello, Goosefick. He Sergey Kovalev out there. He was a real Tony Bell. He was better than his record indicated for sure. Isaac Chilumba was very one of them awkward fighters. Kind of remind you like a bigger Giselle Corrales. John Pascal. I mean, Joe Smith. He already beat Joe Smith Jr. before he was a champion. I mean, come on. What else you want? Craig Richards. I don't know much about, but he did come back and fight Umar Salanov. But he had a buzz for a minute. But when HBO went out of business, his buzz died, bro. When they went out of business, Canelo looked like Benny Hill. I mean, he just put too much weight on, bro. I mean, I can't. I'm don't never want to make excuses. I always want to keep it real. Don't want to cream one fighter, but when he gave up his speed, that was his only real advantage. When he gave up that speed, that was his only real advantage. His speed was his power. So you give up speed and you give up power. Found out your defense wasn't that good neither, because you know what? He one of the few fighters that didn't load up. He just touched you. And when you just touching Canelo Alvarez, all that shit go out the window. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. Because he's not really defensive like that. But if you loading up one or two big shots, he can slip one or two big shots. You coming behind the jab, you just touching him like Mayweather, he easy to hit. But don't nobody got that skill set but Lara, Bivol, Floyd Mayweather. That's it. Maybe Cotto Golovkin got another type of skill set that bother him. But when you just touch Canelo, touch him, he frustrate him. He easy to find, but if you load one big shot up, two big shots up, you're not gonna find that guy, bro. Maybe you loading up to the body. That give him what he want. He get a body up to give you an uppercut to the head and come back with a left hook. He give you all that. His skill set is what he can do is not complex. It's just like these dudes don't have bait. They don't understand when you get in there with them. You take the bait. Once you try to come in there and you feel like you behind or you down 4 rounds, you gotta treat it just like Bivol and Floyd Mayweather treat. Even though they both got raw scorecards, in my opinion, it was even a draw Mayweather. You just gotta approach it like, you know what, man. Bivol said that, I'm fine if I get robbed as long as I believe I won. His mindset was it's an even playing field. I'm gonna do what Mayweather did, but I'm gonna build on it. Every time he get momentum, I'm gonna beat him down and show him there ain't no momentum. Every time Canelo built momentum up, he beat him up and let him know your momentum was non-effective. Every time he took a play away from him, Canelo, boom, 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 boom. Even if it land, they was gonna try to give Canelo the round. Bivol turned around and landed some real shit. And Canelo just got tired. You can't let Canelo dictate. Once Canelo dictate the pace and he able to front run based off of you believing the scorecard hype, you can't think about the scorecards. You can't think about the commission. You can't think about the stacked gloves. You can't think about none of that. You got to look at it as an even playing field. It's first quarter 0-0. We jumping the ball. And that's how people think. That's how he thought about it. He didn't think about a knockout. He think about follow the game plan. Every time he play, I take the play away. And Canelo helped him last night. By coming in so stocky and bulky, your speed is your power. Your speed is your only advantage. You don't have speed. You don't have power. What else did he have? His defense didn't work because people didn't go for the smoke, the smoke and mirrors. And everybody thinking that Benavidez can do this, Earl can do this, Golovkin, no. What Bivol did was actually emulate what Floyd Mayweather did, but better. He built on it. And of course, you're supposed to build it because you got the blueprint. You seen what Lara did. You see what he did. You took those two blueprints. You took what Golovkin did. You put it all in one. So he had a major advantage. He seen 3 people. Even going back to Miguel Vasquez, you've seen several people have success versus Canelo Alvarez. I mean, even Austin Trout had some success. And he knew it wasn't about dropping them. It wasn't about knocking them out. Because once you start to drop them and be aggressive, that's when he counter. He drop you. He hurt you. He learned to punch that steal the fight away. I mean, come on, think about it. Bivol had the margin of the size of a gnat. He had a 2-point margin. Had he went down, this fight is what a draw. Even though the people say, well, Bivol won, this fight is a draw. So, I mean, like I said, what he did, bro, was believe in the game plan, execute the game plan. He didn't have to make no real adjustment. He had the proper game plan. And like I said before, he pound for pound now. I'm put a list out tomorrow if I can remember. He pound for pound now. Shit you can do, ain't shit you can take from him. They gonna, if I'm him, I love Canelo do a rematch. I'm gonna get double the payday, even if I do lose. He said, like you said, Floyd was coming in at 150, 151, fighting at 54. Cotto was at 60, was coming in at 155. And Canelo, Bivol, he's the man, Chris. Better BF will murk him. Yeah. Macaboo would have murdered Canelo. He might have. He might have took some lay down money. Better Vita cut the ring off without throwing punches. It's just about footwork. It ain't about being the fastest. It's really about just fundamentals. That's it. Craig Richards did better than Canelo. Well, a lot of these dudes fight up and down in their competition. That's the honest truth. A lot of these dudes fight up. When they get in the fight Canelo, they rise up. When you get into any big fight, you fight Floyd, you get a lot of these dudes best. That's what makes pound for pound run so special. When people get in there with Terrence Crawford, and they elevate their game. Crawford elevate his game. When people get in here with, better BF, he got to elevate his game. We get in there with Lomachenko, if they ain't ready to elevate their game, they can lose. When you're in there with the best, when Shakur Stevenson gonna be getting people best shots. You got to elevate your game. Canelo couldn't do nothing with that. He couldn't. At least he didn't quit. That man, I told y'all, that man strike like a ninja. People thought I was laughing when I said this shit. He strike like a ninja. Canelo too small for 75. The weight was over 200 pounds. Bivol weight was over 200 pounds. Bivol said he was 183. You want to know why he was 183? Because it was a rehydration clause. So he couldn't weigh no more than 185. I think I could say it now. He couldn't weigh no more than one. So Bivol wasn't even his 100% best. Now, maybe it helped Bivol because Bivol said I come down to 68. But this might have helped Bivol. He came in faster. He didn't come in heavy. They had a rehydration clause. Eddie Hearn is the biggest liar in boxing. Bivol couldn't come no more than 185, bro. That's what I heard through the grapevine. He came in at 183. Canelo should have knew he was in trouble. He allowed him to be comfortable, faster. He came in any heavier, bro? Probably would have hurt him, to be honest. Bivol wanted a small set. Yeah, he said, remember he told Canelo he come down to 168. Canelo got a chin, man. Man, that dude wasn't trying to hurt Canelo last night, Joey. He was just trying to score. If he wanted to hurt Canelo, he could have knocked it. He could have risked it, but he could have knocked him out. He wasn't punching with power, bro. Joey, he was punching for points. He wasn't punching for power, bro. He landed 3 or 4 good ones. Canelo held up. But when you come in heavier and bulkier, it helps you take the punches better. Nonito Donaire came in heavy versus Inoue. He slowed him down. He did break Inoue orbital bone, but he was just too slow. I heard Eddie didn't give him good advice. I didn't really pay attention to the corner advice, bro. So I heard some things where some people was telling me he was saying some things, but he said figure him out. I heard him say he told him figure. I heard somebody say he said figure him out. I'm like, that's hell of advice. What I would have told him to do. Honestly, bro, it wasn't nothing else to do because he couldn't punch with him. Because Bivol was catching him off balance. So if Canelo was gonna punch with Bivol, he probably would have got dropped or got hurt. Because Bivol was more on balance. He didn't allow Canelo to get balance. So Bivol kept him off balance. That's why Bivol was playing with him on the ropes. That wasn't no game. He was pawing him at the rope so he never get his balance. When Canelo got relaxed, he jumped up Canelo, threw punches, got out of there. So it was all about timing. But I would just tell him walk him down, bro. Walk him down, push him backwards. But Canelo, he didn't have a proper inside game where he can get on the inside. Kind of like Terrence Crawford. You know, those Crawford fight guys on the inside. Crawford able to leverage his opponents. You know, he able to get under them, put his shoulder, and he able to leverage them. Canelo couldn't leverage Bivol. He should have been able to. But the thing about it is you got to be able to hold somebody else's other arm, beat them up with the other. And he just don't have that skill set. You ever notice Crawford is able to get up under them dudes, them dudes that like to come inside, like to beat them up, you know, wear him out. He's a really good inside fighter, bro. Canelo couldn't do that last night. So if anything, he just would have to press him. You know, I just told Canelo early, our game plan would have been to press him, just throw exclusively to the body, you know, slow him down, take his speed away, then try to knock him out with uppercuts and that left hook. So that's what I mean. He's nothing he really could have did, honestly. You know, he took a risk. And guess what? Canelo Alvarez still gonna have 40, 50, $100 million paydays coming. He took a risk. That's what people ain't talking about. That's what all boxing about. It's about taking risks. He took a damn risk. He lost. He goes 68. Guess what? I'm a fucking champion. You know, me personally, if I was him, I'll go back and fight Golovkin. But you got to understand, he got so big at the weight, bro. He said Bivol trainer said, show me where he said that at. But he got so big, he hurt himself coming in that weight, bro. Link tree right here. Can't come in that big. Your advantage is your speed. He thought he was gonna hit. I mean, maybe they thought Bivol was soft. You know, he ain't never been down in a professional, so maybe they thought he was gonna knock Bivol out. That's what I think. When you come in big, you come in to take a shot, absorb a shot, hurt him. Canelo need to come in. And that's a question. If he come back down, what the weight cut gonna look like? He'll be 32 next time he fight. If he come back to, before July 2023. Be 32 July 18th. And that's when your bone density start to change. You start getting your grown man strength. Like I told y'all about bodybuilders. Bodybuilders hit their peak in their mid to early 40s. That's when you get your grown man bone density. You got to ask yourself, can Canelo come back down to 68 and make it comfortably? That's the question. Can he come back down to 68 and make it comfortably? And then again, does he stay at 75 and does he diminish his chances of coming back down to 75, making it comfortably too? So he in a rock and a hard space. Canelo got too much pride to quit. Hey, at the end of the day, bro, Bivol could have stepped it up to the point where he could have started to question his heart. Mark Nash, I go subscribe to the brother Mark Nash. Bivol could have stepped it up. He could have stepped it up a little bit more, but he felt that he was winning, willing to make any foolish mistakes and get knocked out, or a push get called a knockdown. He said, "Don't see the rematch going any different. Canelo doesn't have the power to hurt him." Well, what if Canelo came in? What did he come in this fight? He came in at 174 and 1/4. Maybe he come in at 173, 172, because you can come in lighter, because you know he probably not gonna deviate away from the game plan. So you actually can come in lighter. Because you know what? I know he's just trying to score. Now, if he come in with some thunder and try to knock you out, it could be a problem. But you just know he's trying to score. So, Canelo got to come back at a weight that he's still fast at. You can't change the footwork, but we can look at the tape and say, we did press Bivol, he did cover up. So instead of throwing one or two big shots, Canelo, you got to do what he did. Quick shoe shine, finish upstairs. You had success with the uppercut early on. Quick shoe shine, we're going to finish hard with the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, it's a difficult fight. Everybody that watched Bivol come up on HBO know he was a tough fight. This is an unnecessary risk when you could have made the same or more money bidding up on inexperienced PBC fighters. PBC fighters got a track record for not being what they hyped up to be. We know they got a track record for that. So he took a tough fight. Bivol was fairly active at this point in his career. He's fighting twice a year. Like I said before, I didn't really understand the rationale about picking Bivol. It wasn't, they had to cut the ticket prices I read. I just didn't really understand why would you go pick on Bivol. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally picked on somebody whose skill set was better than Spence, better than Plant, better than and then Plant, in my opinion, and Sergio Morbill said this too. Plant was having some success. I thought he was. I thought Billy Joe was having some success. He just couldn't. They couldn't step it up like Bivol did off. And Bivol special fighter. You take away the resume. You take away Canelo. Look at the skill set. What is he, one of the 10 best skill sets, 15 best skill sets in boxing, 20 minimum? You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, a lot of people are trying to give it to Canelo. And by the time they for sure hit the championship rounds, he was running away with it. He understood how to use Canelo feet against him. I think he understood that Canelo didn't punch hard. And he look at it, he gonna be like, well, Canelo didn't come. He came in too heavy. And he coming in heavy. Maybe he's worried about people punching power. Bivol made punching power a non-factor. He didn't try to hurt him. He just came in to score. That's the crazy thing about it. They really looked at what Floyd did, man, and they did better. Baby Mama Boy posted a video that they rematched in 68. I haven't watched the video yet, but don't feel like hearing 10 minutes of bios. Hey, I mean, why they rematch at 60? Why would he just win at 75 and come back down to 68? I mean, that's just a lot he pulled up. What did it do, CJ? We in here. Shout out to Renardo, VA in the house. Canelo should have moved down and face other. Pride. He a man just like we is. He got whooped on his holiday, bro. And he probably gonna look and say maybe the vegan diet, maybe I came in too heavy. I just ain't really see nobody do a vegan diet for a training camp and come in, looking like a fucking bodybuilder, bro. I just ain't seen him before. He came in looking like a bodybuilder. He should have just, man, like I said before, you find somebody that's fairly athletic. His strength and conditioning plan failed him. And then Ryan Garcia taking shots. I mean, this was what's best for boxing, to be honest, bro. Boxing need upsets. He told Canelo to stay off the ropes in round 3. Canelo went back on. He had no legs. He ain't had no legs. You don't have no choice. The bigger, stronger man leaning on you, hitting on you. He had no choice. Canelo been having conditioning issues. He been having conditioning issues his whole career. At 54, I thought it was the weight. But at 54, that dude historically got tired. I thought when he moved up in weight that it might help. He got tired versus Chavez. He literally was punching a punching bag. Like literally, he got tired versus Chavez. They fought at 164 and a half. He was beating on Chavez like an aqua bag. He got tired. Canelo always got tired in his fights, bro. But at the lower weight class, just when he started moving up, he just looked conditioned. And versus Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders, he literally paced himself. Look how he fought Caleb Plant. He paced himself. He knew Plant couldn't take the shot. Canelo got whipped good. Yeah, he beat the shit out of Canelo. Canelo going for a world tour in England. Man, I ain't mad at him. Get them pounds. Them pesos. Support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good 313. Appreciate Anthony for a big donation earlier. Appreciate you, brother. Really do. Appreciate that. Hopefully you hear that. 168 might get KO'd because of what? Yeah. And my boy Roy Jones. Roy Jones went up, but that's different though. Roy Jones went from 75 to 190. What was it? 193 and 190. They said Roy Jones put on pure muscle. Who fucking idea was that? And then he came all the way back down a matter of the same year. He came right back down to 75. He looked old coming into that first Tarver fight. Canelo, he only went up. He didn't go up that much. What did he go up, 7 pounds? So, I mean, Roy went up damn near 20 pounds. A pure muscle, bro. So, the cut won't be so bad with Canelo. And Canelo stay active too, bro. It just, Canelo need to keep his speed. Now, somebody that probably get Canelo problems after what I seen last night, Benavidez, bro. I see why he don't want to fight Benavidez. You got to put Benavidez. If for him, he got to put Benavidez down. He got to put him down. And I see why he don't want to fight Benavidez. Benavidez gonna test your heart. And if he go into the ropes like that versus Bivol, he gonna have to hurt Ben. And the opportunity there. Going at Benavidez's body with counter shots, but boy, if he can't hurt Benavidez, man, I wouldn't take that fight neither. If you can't hurt Benavidez, man, it's gonna be a long night. Because if he can't keep Benavidez off of him, Benavidez is gonna run him right out that arena. And what you get for fighting Benavidez, you don't get a title. He ain't pound for pound. He ain't got the biggest fan base yet. Like, I want to fight that motherfucker neither. None but risk. He should fight Triple G and Andrade. Man, he better leave Andrade alone. We gotta see what Andrade look like with the arm injury. I wasn't even concerned about Triple G. I would go into the trilogy with Triple G, but in my opinion, he going to England. He should fight Triple G wherever. Kofi Universe. Subscribe to Kofi Universe for the latest and greatest hip hop news. Ryan on Twitter spazzing off. Can't wait till you get KO'd. Yeah, just let you know, man. He took what Canelo said personally, bro. These young people can't take constructive criticism. I used to feel a certain type of way when people criticize me, but you learn through life, bro. Like, maybe it's fuck them or just take the piece of it, take it with a grain of salt, or take it a piece of grain of salt, take the advice and get better. Bivol made Dennis and Menace look like a child last night. I mean, yeah, he came in comfortable. He just it was sometimes it's your night. It was his night. Kofi should smash the like button, share the content on all social media platforms. Yeah, what up, Mark Nash? What up, Kobe? Check my last Spotify right out here. But like I said before, that was, that don't mean Canelo, it's over with for Canelo. We can speculate about him cutting the weight down to 68. I just didn't really see nobody go with a vegan diet and bulk up like that. He had to take a lot. If he's still really on the vegan diet, there was a lot of carbs, a lot of beans, a lot of good carbs, a lot of rice, so brown rice. So, I ain't really seen nobody bulk up like that off vegan, but it's possible. But he got to come in comfortable, and like I said, I go right to a Triple G fight. I mean, but Triple G, I ain't gonna lie, that last fight, people say he looked bad. I'm gonna feel like the Terminator. He took some good punishment in that fight. Murata is a big guy. He could easily be a super middleweight. Maybe Triple G ain't the right fight. Because that motherfucker still could punch. You spot him 8 pounds. So Triple G might be a beast at 168. Motherfucker might be a beast. So as far as Canelo, what he should do, man, I can't really call it. Shit, maybe go right into an Earl Spence fight, get your confidence out, beat the hell out of him. Beat the hell out of him. Go get an Earl Spence fight. That's what I'd probably do. Beat the hell out of Earl Spence. But you think about it, I wouldn't come back versus Benavidez. Really ain't nobody at 75 to come back against. Everybody big and athletic. When you talking about guys like lead the champions alone. We talking about guys like Joshua Buatsi, Anthony Yarde. Gilberto Ramirez. He ain't athletic, but he big. He a big guy. It's a risk without him having the title. Marcus Brown recovering. So yeah, all the names. All the names, bro. Hot Rod. He a good fighter. Better beat him down. He robbed Marcus Brown early on PBC, or Marcus Brown robbed him early on PBC. So I don't know. He fought Callum Smith already. Like I said before, the only fight that makes sense is if Gilberto Ramirez if he get a belt. But like I said before, man, I don't know. I think you go down to 75. You say I just want to warm up if it ain't Triple G. Shit, really ain't shit easy there neither. It's not as far as namesake. Unless you go ahead and fight John Ryder, get on the scoreboard. Jesse Hart. Ain't shit really like it. Danny Jacobs already. He just lost, so he fighting Jaime Munguia, so you can't fight him. I don't know. Andrade Rich, you ain't gonna fight him. Lemieux tied up, so John Ryder get on the win column. Right, fought Rocky Fielding. So I don't know. Why are these local dumb guys hating on Canelo? Everyone else is giving him credit for moving up. Canelo needs to go to snack ASAP. He said, watch since Canelo got his ass whooped by Bivol, he finna move extra funny. Canelo finna be careful about cherry pick. Well, he gotta get the rematch. I think his pride gonna want him to get the rematch. What else he gonna do next? Give me some ideas. You're not gonna fuck with the PBC boys unless it's Earl Spence. Come on, you're not gonna fight Benavidez for what? Come off a loss. You were looking at Triple G, John Ryder, Bivol. I just think he came in too heavy, bro. But then again, you can say, well, if he come in heavy, he come in light next time, and Bivol come with power shots. See, this is bet you're gonna have to take. And that's just a bet I would have to take. People have to do something different. But listen, Canelo, a loss ain't gonna stop Canelo from being a money man. 2 losses. He lose to people. And sometimes somebody just got your damn number. They still gonna chase him. You know, you gotta ask yourself, bro, like what do you do next? I mean, you could fight Triple G. You know, Triple G can't really walk away from that. It's a lot of money. Fight Triple G. What? Really, if I'm him, Triple G probably first on my list. Then I probably fight Triple G, John Ryder in December, turn around, fight Bivol in top of next year. But I just don't. I mean, I just think sometimes you just move up one smidgen too fast, one smidgen too much. 68 your weight class. You know, if you couldn't get Joe Smith Jr. in the ring, you should have just left it alone. Because ain't nobody was thinking about Bivol. Let's think these dudes in boxing. They be making fights that nobody thinking about. Mikey and Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford and Kell Brook. It really ain't really worth the risk. You know what I'm saying? It's really, you should have just fought Triple G then. Like nobody was saying you went out there and you took a fight that nobody asked you to take. You know what I'm saying? You could have fought Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo would have probably had to knock you out. You could have went in there and fought Earl Spence. I mean, only dangerous fight over there is Benavidez. He went and fought the one person that can execute the game plan that's exposed him 2 previous times with Sunday Law and Law. He fought the one guy that can execute the perfect game plan. That nobody asked. It beat them dudes that nobody asked you to fight. Nobody told you to go knock on that man's door. He used to play ding dong ditch. And nobody tell you go knock on his door and run. I remember my friend, he knocked on the door. We playing ding dong ditch, and he tripped over the he's in an apartment. He tripped over the door base, the door frame. And the lady ended up being cool, gave us some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Told us to stop. She was one of them cool people, and we came back for him. We all got caught, but you know that's life. Canelo, so the cash call wins. Yeah. I mean, a loss ain't gonna hurt him, especially not how he lost to Caleb Plant or Billy Joe Saunders or Benavidez. Then yeah, you know that probably would hurt. Yeah, fight John Ryder for I would probably come back versus probably Triple G, John Ryder tell Triple G wait till December. John Ryder, Triple G. Now look at where Bivol at. You know, really, I'll probably wait till Bivol try to fight. If he beat Better BF, then I'll jump in and win him for undisputed. You know, but if Better BF was in there with Canelo last night, bro, Canelo knew not to bark up that tree. I don't know why he was throwing Usyk's name out there. Why he was throwing Better BF name out there. You know, maybe Bivol can get Better BF. You know, but if I'm Bivol, I ain't trying to get no short money with Better BF. Better BF is fighting at the Hulu Theater. He fighting at the Hulu Theater. I ain't trying to get in. I mean, he ain't even fighting at the Madison Square Garden Theater room. I ain't messing with no damn, you know. No, man, I'm gonna try to get that Canelo rematch. And if I can't get it, then I think about going in there with you know. Yeah, I think about getting there with him. But yeah, man, hell no. Yeah, Better Bivol can get that undisputed from Bivol, from Better Bivol. Then I hop in there with Bivol. But if I'm him, it's John Ryder, Golovkin, some combination. You know, PBC just shows you why I don't want to work with them unless it's in my benefit. You know, as soon as I say no, then they turn to the media and they expose our deals. Well, you turn to me, I don't want to work with PBC. You kissing and telling every time I say, no, you can't even wait. Floyd Mayweather throwing me under the bus, Tom Brown throwing me under the bus. Like, come on. Come on. Why would I do it? Every time PBC say, why would I help inject money into PBC? I got a nice video coming about PBC and Terrence Crawford tomorrow. And Errol Spence. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know if it's going to be the first, last video, man. But don't hold your breath on that fight from what I heard. Don't hold your breath. That fight ain't happening, bro. Al Heyman is, we need to get him up out of boxing. We need to get him out of boxing, bro. You just wait till tomorrow. That's sad. But Yeah, I'll wait for. I'll be like, man, I'll see if he go for undisputed with Better BF. That's exactly right. If I get undisputed from Better BF, he win. I'll get in there with him. But everybody fucking with Better BF, bro. Man, if he beat Better BF, I wouldn't be shocked at this point. But Bivol could have been jumped in there with Better BF, and Bob Arum kind of said he was born, but Bob Arum gonna overpay him. But Better BF just a savage, bro. He really should be a cruiserweight. He's a savage, bro, and I don't blame Bivol or nobody else for not knocking on that door. He literally, him and Crawford and Newey are my 3 favorite fighters to watch. They just some killers, bro. I wouldn't fight a Newey or Better BF in a street fight. Just forget I'm bringing a pistol. Matter of fact, I'm bringing a shotgun for Better BF. If Canelo rematch Bivol, he gonna get stopped. Bivol already tasted his power. His power might be different this time because Canelo might come in for speed. That's where he gets power from. His power comes from speed. Like, a lot of people don't understand with Deontay Wilder when he went up and fought Tyson Fury. He tried to match his weight. Was it the second fight and the third fight? He tried to match his weight. Deontay Wilder is better at 215. Him and Terence Crawford, they torque fighters. If you notice, they get their torque from they hip to their torso. The way they torque, like a torque wrench, where you go, when you start putting too much muscle on the frame, especially Wilder should have put that weight on his legs. You take the torque away. When you start putting the muscle on the upper body and that hip area and that core area to coring up or hipping up, he took away his biggest advantage. That was his speed versus Tyson Fury. So you just the kind of same thing with Canelo Alvarez. You put too much weight on, your speed is your power. Your velocity is your power. And when Deontay Wilder put that weight on there, he took away his velocity versus Tyson Fury. He had no more advantage. Canelo put too much weight in versus Better BF. His power was gone. His speed was gone. He had no advantage. He wasn't going to outbox him. His conditioning wasn't better than his. His footwork wasn't better than his. His hand speed wasn't better than his. His IQ wasn't better than his. His power wasn't better than his. His trainer wasn't better than his. His trunks, his gloves wasn't better than his. Nothing was better than his. Canelo's speed is his advantage, and it was a mistake coming in heavy. To the S. Volan say, look, he didn't fight Better. Oh, that would have been him. He probably would have needed to retire. He never would have been the same fighter. Better BF would have it would have been the first time you've seen a pound for pound fighter get murdered in the ring. You would have thought he was dead. And nothing you can do with that animal. Nigga should be a cruiserweight. Joey said Canelo should wait for. Yeah, if Bivol get it, I'll fight him. Better BF get it or Joe Smith. If Joe Smith or Bivol get it, I'll fight him. If Better BF get it, I understand. I wouldn't fight that dude, bro. Like, I'm just being real. I'll tell you, I'm a big dude. I wouldn't fight that dude in no street fight. No, you got it, bro. You grab my girl ass. Yeah, she a girl now. See, you got to stop scoffing that matchup just because fighters isn't popular doesn't mean they aren't. I didn't know. That's not why I scoffed at the matchup. I scoffed because that dude didn't have no chance on the scorecard. No, I didn't scoff because he wasn't a good fighter. I said Bivol was a good fighter. I said he reminded me when he struck this. It never was about Bivol not being good enough. It was about him not getting a fair chance in Vegas, and he still didn't get a fair chance. He won 9-3 and only won by 2 points on both scorecards. He lost the first 4 rounds on both scorecards. It never was about Bivol. It never was about Bivol. So that's a lie. I said Bivol was a good fighter. It was about him not getting a fair shake, and he still didn't get him. He won 9-3, 8-4, or at the least 10-2 at the most. He lost the first 4 rounds on this scorecard. Look, he lost the first 4 rounds. They still tried to take it from him, bro. So I'm right. He still didn't get justice that he deserved. He still didn't get the credit that he deserved. They still tried to take it from him, and they're supposed to be the platinum standard for judging. That's supposed to be the platinum standard for judging, bro. So I'm glad I still didn't watch the live. I'm glad I didn't. Because when I'm watching the fight, I'm just, looking. I'm like, this looked like 9-3, 8-4, maybe 10-2 at the most. And he got 115. They still tried to rob him, bro. If he would have slipped, they probably would have said it was, man, I ain't trying to hear that, bro. I never said it was about Bivol. Never. I said it was about the officiating in Vegas. And I was right. He still got a fucking raw deal. Bivol can make an adjustment to keep the fight in the center. He could. And he's done that in the majority of his fights. He circled guys and it looked amateurs, but it worked. The zone commentator last night, no, they was pretty good. I only watched one fight. They all kept it real. By the time you got to the 9th round, even Sean Porter said it was a blowout. Chris Minix and Sergio Garcia, Mora kept it real. Out the Pound Sports Entertainment, they kept it real last night. That was the realest commentary. You gotta give them to him. See, he had the right defensive box style for Canelo. He had offense too. Benavidez just gonna get knocked out or try to knock Canelo out trying. Whoever can hurt whoever first. And like I said before, I think Canelo can hurt Benavidez, but Benavidez going the way Bivol's throwing combinations. Benavidez gonna throw them same those his version of combinations. So, like I said, Benavidez. If you had to rank it other than Bivol, his toughest fight, well, under 75, Benavidez is the toughest best SOB there. Because he gonna make Canelo go to the ropes. He gonna try to punish him. Canelo gotta put him down, or he gonna put Canelo down. I see why he don't want to fight Benavidez, but if more fans started demanding Benavidez started cleaning up the trash on the division, he might not have a choice. But support the channel. I appreciate y'all. Cash App $ CJ Good 313. Shout out to Anthony for donating early. Appreciate that. I wouldn't say rematch don't make sense less Bivol get in a better payday. That's exactly what's gonna happen. If not waiting for Smith fight goal for undisputed in lightweight heavyweight, he beat Canelo 9-3. He hurt Canelo in the 8th from 12 round. Well, I mean, if he going for undisputed, he going for undisputed. But I don't know. I'll be trying to look for Canelo rematch, because that unless it's Joe Smith Jr. He already beat Joe Smith Jr., but for better BF, it just ain't worth it. You have to fight him in Canada or Russia. Right now, ain't no fights against sanctioned in Russia. Rocky versus Drago, the best fight I ever saw. That was a hell of a movie. It was at that was 4, right? Yeah, that was 4. That was Rocky 4. Rocky 5 was kind of weak though. I wouldn't be surprised if B was school better BS since he, man, like I said, like that. The thing about better BF, bro, he gonna put the turbo boosters on. Gutovic already tried what Bivol doing. Better BF gonna put the turbo boosters on. You're not gonna. I mean, if he could, he could. But the thing about better BF, bro, he gonna hurt you. There's a reason why Bivol ain't trying to make bark up there. He can hurt you. Canelo can hurt him last night. Them shots that Canelo hit him with, them uppercuts and them hooks to the body that hit on the elbow, better BF been a broke Bivol elbow. That's the reason why Bivol ain't really been barking up that tree, bro. I don't blame him. He can't like if he really gonna have to box he gonna have to box perfect versus better BF because better BF not only can box, but he got a very, very fast power jab. He's just a different animal. He's just not robotic neither. He can throw a hard, fat man. He can't, man. Ain't nobody fucking with him. Unless Bivol got power to keep him off, but that dude, you watch him, he just savage, bro. Ain't nobody really be fucking unless he get old over, and nobody really fucking with him. Bivol got to be able to take the punishment. That's a tough fight to ask. Anybody go up there. I think if anybody could do it, it's him or Joe Smith Jr. because Joe Smith Jr. got the potential to knock anybody out. But Bivol punch hard. So it's a good fight. I think I favor better BF, but I'm a huge better BF fan. But better BF he just filthy, bro. He a dirty, filthy dog. He just man, like people don't like his style, bro, but he reminds me of them old fucking fighters like Jake LaMotta and Marvin Hagler, not with the athletic, but he just a savage, bro. He's savage. He gonna go down as the best, as one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time. Maybe not Michael Morris, Archie, what else you got? Michael Spink's probably the greatest light heavyweight of all time, but he just a cruiserweight at light heavyweight. You can't nobody really, you can't really outbox him, bro, because he just smart. He's smart. He's a very smart fighter, bro. I just want him in the new way. I just want to fight them in the street, bro. On that Spotify episode, I just wouldn't want to fight them in the street. I wouldn't fight them either. Can also really have 4 losses beyond. Well, good. Easy salute. Charlotte in the house. He said, I want to see undisputed light heavyweight. Well, shit, at the end of the day, look, I mean, you want to ask Bivol to take a step back and fight at light heavyweight for a dude that's fighting in the theater room versus Joe Smith Jr., who from New York City? Or, do you want to see him get another payday? I mean, if you him, payday. He should get another Canelo payday, bro. Shut up and down. He should get another Canelo payday. You better be ain't going nowhere. He should get another Canelo payday. You'd be crazy, to pass up that opportunity. You're going to make not even half of that with better be with Joe Smith Jr. So that's common sense. You push for the Canelo rematch. The Canelo rematch is worth more than anything else he can do. Yeah, they were trying to rob him. You're right about that, because going into the 12th round, the judge had 6-5, and that round was close. They were going to claim a draw. Yeah, that's what my whole thing was, never about Bivol not being good enough. I thought Bivol was going to be the next best thing before HBO closed. I mean, great fighter. Never said he wasn't. Ain't nothing he can't do. He can punch. I mean, just a little bit amateurish, but, he turned that amateurish into a professional style. So, I mean, and Benavidez said that's the hardest right hand he ever took, bro. He said that before the fight. Can't let Bivol get into rhythm, so better be can't start slow. I think he could. I mean, anytime you got power, you can start slow. Anytime a nigga can cut the ring off without throwing a punch, I think you okay. I just think, like you say, man, you could be in a good rhythm, right? But his punch is gonna take you out of good rhythm. One punch changed everything. It ain't like he ain't fundamentally sound. Like he can get down versus Bivol, because one punch can change it. Now Bivol got one of them titanium chins and body. You right. We don't know, but we ain't never seen Bivol hurt. But then again, we seen what he did to Goosefick. He literally broke Goosefick down. Like I said before, if I'm Bivol, I'm looking for Canelo bag. Straight up and down. I don't need no fucking undisputed. Shit, I got Canelo bag. Canelo's a great matchmaker, not a great. Well, shit, he wasn't great last night. Like I said, this make no sense barking up that tree. That motherfucker could have fought John Ryder and still put the same amount of people in the seats at 168 and could have had 4 belts plus the ring belt 5 on the line. They wasn't no great matchmaker last night. I tell you that was terrible. I'm surprised he took that fight. I sure would have beat the shit out of Errol Spence or Charlo. But Charlo got some of that better BF in him. He a dog. You gotta put the Charlo twin down. You gotta put your big Jamal down. Charlo will beat Canelo. I ain't sure. I ain't sure about that. I really ain't sure. You might be right. I ain't gonna say you're wrong, Sosa, but there's a reason why he got a good jab, though. He got a jab. Canelo's just an average fighter. That's all. I mean, can't say average. I think he good, bro. I think he a good fighter for sure. But he took a chance. This is what boxing about, is taking risks. He took the wrong risk, but a lot of other risks to take that was more fruitful, to be honest. But hey, better BF cut the ring off. Yeah, better BF, Bivol might blow fire. Bevil's definitely got some power that he didn't showcase last night neither. Bivol, and he never been down either in professional rank. So I said before, that's a good matchup. It ain't commercially friendly. Bivol celebrating. So I'm happy for him, man. Supposedly before the fight, before Bivol fought Canelo, he sparred Benavidez. I just seen an interview on the Boxing Voice with Benavidez, and his face all bruised up bad. I think he said that's the hardest right hand the hardest right. He said before the fight, that's the hardest right hand that he ever took was from Bivol. People was laughing at that shit too. People was hi man, he said shit. That's the hardest right hand I took. He said that shit. Go look it up. Right before the fight, he said, that's saying a lot. That's the hardest right hand I took. And he didn't even showcase that right hand. He didn't throw that shit like he could have threw it. Could have put the Canelo tongue. He could have put the Canelo tongue in his small intestines if he wanted to. But as he disciplined enough to follow the game plan. It's Benavidez, it's Charlo, it's Errol Spence, it's Triple G. We know Triple G is, but like I said before, man, boxing needed to upset last night. Canelo still gonna be worth more than Bivol. He's still gonna be worth more than Bivol. So Like I said before, man, it is what it is, man. He you know, they both put on, they both good fighters. So, I'm gonna do a new pound for pound list tomorrow, but I ain't gonna be on long, man. Fight week, Jamel Castanos next week. That's gonna, bury the hatchet next week. So I can't wait to see that. Talk about that tomorrow. Better BF Bivol was like a matchup of fire ice. Yep. Can he melt the ice? Can the ice, you know, overtake the fire? But I'm gonna be back tomorrow, man. I ain't gonna be long because Mother's Day. So appreciate y'all, man. You can listen to the replay on Spotify, Anchor, both links in my link tree. Ad free tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate y'all, man. He said, what happened with boxing? There's no great fighters, no charisma, no consistent fighters. I mean, shit, networks don't work together. And these dudes didn't grow up off of WWE SmackDown and WWF attitude like we did. So that's what happened. We grew up on wrestling when wrestling, even before the era with Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan, and them dudes had some type of character. These dudes ain't got character no more. They ain't grow up wrestling like we did. But appreciate y'all, man. Peace.